recently on the Majority Report, there was a guest who was one of the teachers who's striking at Rutgers, or a representative of the Union of Teachers that is striking at Rutgers University. Let's just jump right into it. It was the EmMajority Report this week with Emma Vigeland carrying the show herself as Sam is out for vacation. Let's look at what they said, and especially how we can help.
Let's talk about something that's happening here kind of in our own backyard, in my home state, Bradley's home state, Rutgers University. We are hoping to, and in the midst of trying to book someone from the union to come on to talk about this massive strike this week. But 9,000 professors, part-time lecturers, other workers in the union, grad student workers at New Jersey's State University. That's Rutgers. I know, like it's not University of New Jersey, but that's basically what it is. For people that might not know, it's a massive institution within the state of New Jersey. They're on strike, and this is the first action in the over 250-year history of Rutgers. It's enormously important. 3 unions are striking together on this. The Rutgers AAUP, AFT. They represent the full-time workers, full-time faculty, grad workers. The adjunct union as well, which represents the part-time lecturers, and the a bunch of other acronyms. I'm sorry, my notes are not as clear, but
just a little union foo. Strikes are way more effective when you can get multiple unions involved. So if you're looking to do a strike, if you're trying to work out the logistics of that, trying to figure out how much pressure can we put on at once so that we are not running out of our own resources faster than the thing we're striking against is running out of theirs, try to get multiple unions on board. By the way, if and when it comes to a general worker strike, the way to do it will be to start by contacting unions all over America and telling them, we need you to be part of this. So bear that in mind. This is good for future planning.
They also represent the biomedical and health students and workers, faculty, I should say, at Rutgers. So all of these 3 unions working together, striking. And in the lead up to the strike, the president of the university, Jonathan Holloway, sent out a letter publicly saying that the strike would be illegal. And people were like, what? And then they did it anyway, because you have the right to exercise your labor power in this country, and there was no real state law that he could point to. Apparently, he reiterated it in an email today, saying that they would have to take legal action, potentially, if there would not be an agreement in the near future. Now, Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey, who was a former Goldman banker, but he's kind of in the Pritzker model of, like, really rich guy who's ending up being a better, more progressive governor than anticipated, although let's be clear about his limitations. He, in this instance, though, unfortunately, did intervene or actually, fortunately, I should say, intervene to make sure that Rutgers did not take legal action to block the strike. So that's a good thing. And now apparently he's brokering some sort of talks here. So this is some footage yesterday of the strike on campus, and you can see the demonstrators chanting at Rutgers.
Anyway, so let's see if we can send them a message. So I'm going to say no contract, and you all are going to say no peace. And let's make sure that the folks in Winans Hall in a little fancy spot over there can hear us. Okay? Let's see what we can do. No contract.
No peace.
No contract.
No peace.
No contract.
No peace.
No contract.
No peace.
And then here's this great image that was caught, I believe, by some. We'd had Eric Blank on the show before, I think, but this taken by Eric Blank of these frat guys at Deke. Delta Kappa Epsilon. Hey, I had a Deke at my college.
Don't be a scab, bro. Don't cross the...
I'll be real with you. I never had much patience for frat guys back in the day, but I'll tell you what. Those old boys right there. Those fellas right there. Those are some good lads. Look, it just occurred to me that this is a thing we could do, but I don't know about the legality of sending them a case of beer. But I'm sure those college fellas would appreciate a pizza pie from whatever local establishment delivers. Even if you don't, if you just got a few bucks that you can put towards a pizza, I think they ought to know there's some right proper lads. Good lads. I'm going to send them a pizza later. I'm going to figure out a place near them. I'll put it on the community tab. I'm sending them a pizza and telling them, good lads. I love to see that.
Picket line, bro.
They, like, showing solidarity, fists in the air, frat guys, for supporting labor here. Now,
I mean,
you could take a real cynical take and be like, well, that's because they get out of class. But at the same time, I'm not sure if that's the case. I don't actually feel that way. It just is really amazing that I think there's a level of labor solidarity amongst people under age 30 right now that is being consistently underestimated by people in power. But that's a wonderful, wonderful image there.
What jersey is that on the bottom right?
That's a Bucks jersey.
So it's probably a Brady jersey, I imagine, right?
Well, it's a 0. Pull it up again. What are we seeing here? No, it's 50.
50? Oh, I don't know.
Is that Vita Vea?
That would be I mean, this is the
That's a cool jersey to have.
This is such a classic. I mean, you obviously have the classic garish Rutgers jerseys. It
is Vita Vea. Look at how smart I am. I knew that Vita Vea is number 50.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right,
and the Raptors jersey, the garish 90s throwbacks. This is maybe the best frat pick I've ever seen.
It's a total frat pick, right? I mean, like, exactly. Vintage jerseys, bros hanging out on the lawn on a nice day. Yeah.
Let's go, boys. Let's go strike, boys.
Sitting on the roof.
So, for the record, I just realized this is not, of course, contain the interview. That is, however, linked in the description. I should be clear. This is just a summary of what's going on. But the interview is linked in the description, and in about 120 seconds, we're going to discuss what you can do to affect this. But let's just enjoy for a moment the fact that these frat fellas, and in fact the community as a whole, is behind the unions here. Hell yes. Oh, I feel the stars and stripes. I hear a mighty red-tailed hawk calling, which is what Americans think an eagle cawing sounds like. I'm feeling it, is my point.
But that's really a great image, and does show a level of class consciousness among young people that even when I was in college, you would never have seen frat guys. And I went to maybe a more conservative school, but you would never have seen frat guys supporting strikers and unions.
I saw someone tweet basically to that same effect, basically being like, I think we can't necessarily understate, and this is obviously just one picture, but I mean just in terms of what we've seen all across the country, in terms of voting and in labor, like truly how much further to the left younger people have swung, even since, like you said, even since 2016, even. Like,
yeah.
It is like our current circumstances from like those 7 years. I think it wasn't even just Trump or anything. I think it was also like truly seeing the failures of American capitalism over and over again.
And Bernie.
And Bernie have actually radicalized these young kids to have this, like you said, this type of class consciousness. So, and even like you said, even if it's for them just wanting to get out of class, they still wouldn't have to necessarily necessarily get signs and like supported at all.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I think that there is going to be a groundswell of pro-labor politics in maybe 10, 15 years, and I know that's way too long to wait, but when some of this generation begins to, Gen Z too, begins to take power there, that's Gen Z, right? Gen X is ahead of us? Yeah. We're millennials. Or at least I am. I'm a millennial. You are Gen Z, are you not? So are you?
I think I'm like the tail end millennial. Actually, I can't. I was born in 1996, so I'm not sure if that's.
Yeah, no, you are. So you get to speak for this generation. That's the case.
I'm a geriatric Zoomer.
The point being is just good on those students and solidarity with the Rutgers strikers here. We'll be having more on this later in the week when we're hopefully going to be able to get some of the strikers on.
And they did. And it was a good interview. That's linked in the description. But that's a good overview of what's going on, what the temperature is like there. So what can you do? I mean, these teachers, yes, they're not just, I say teachers, but I'm trying to not say professors, because they're not just striking for more pay. They're striking for things like the rights of all the support staff and the rights of the associate professors to be paid fairly. And they're striking for more family leave and just generally being treated like human beings that have value and purpose and lives and are allowed to live, the people that should be allowed to live them. It's bizarre to me that a strike was ever necessary for such things, but it surely was. So, what can you do? Well, link in the description. Per the advice of the member of the union. It's a slightly different setup, I apologize. Per their advice, you can, number one, contact the governor. Tell him support the union. He's been good. It's what is it? It's Phil. The hell's the governor of New Jersey's name? Phil Murphy. You can contact him on that page. Select the topic education. Select the subtopic New Jersey colleges and universities, and say, "Look, I side with the teachers. I expect you to as well." And if you're from outside of New Jersey, say if you want a future, getting voters outside of your state supporting you, say for a thing that might involve needing people from other states to vote for you, well, the way to get my vote is to impress me right now by siding with Rutgers. Siding with Rutgers teachers. If you're in the New Brunswick area of New Jersey, get on out there. Go march with our pals in the union. Go march with them. If you're in the New Brunswick area, make a day of it. Get you some fancy sunglasses. Get some sun and fight the man. Get on out there. And finally, you can donate to the Strike Fund. This is the fund being run by one of the unions that will help cover expenses for folks that are striking. It will help deal with the finances that are necessary. You can donate to that fund. Link in the description. Mercy me. I don't just love seeing victories. I love seeing a well-fought fight. And this is one of them. And it inspires me. We got a bright future going forward. Because suddenly the left has teeth again, and oh, baby. I love to see it.